welcome back to my YouTube. So there's gonna be some things, if you're new here, great, hi, welcome. My name is Lindsay and I'm excited to have you here and so grateful to connect with you. If you are somebody that has been subscribed to my YouTube previously, we are going to be changing it up a little bit. I feel like I've outgrown doing card readings and all that stuff, and I feel just so genuinely called to share me and my daily life. I am in a really interesting spot in life right now, and I feel like this is extremely vulnerable to share because it's not glitz and glamour, and I'm really feeling called to bring you through the process of transformation and manifestation and quantum jumping and all of the fun things in life. We got laundry going on in the background if you can hear it. We love laundry. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people show the aftermath of like once they arrive to this spot of their life that they want to be at, and you see all of the manifestation, you see the nice car, you see the nice house, you see all of that like dream playing out. And I think sometimes we can sit there and watch that and be like, fuck, what am I doing, you know? And you don't actually see the process and journey of like what got them there. I'm very confident in where I'm going. I know where I'm going, I know where I'm headed, and I'm smack dab in the middle of this journey and of transforming my life and my external reality completely. And that's what happens when you've outgrown things. And I know this, and I'm so certain of it because I've been through these phases in my life multiple times in multiple different seasons and ages. But I just know because I've also asked for this. I've asked for it all. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna be diving into. Along the way, I'm sure there's some cool things that you'll pick up, maybe, I don't know. But I've felt so alone in my process, in my transformational periods. And I think it's a really scary place to be when you feel really alone, because it does make you second guess yourself. It does make you feel isolated. It does. These periods of transformation, despite knowing, are not always the easiest, and they can get difficult. And without having, I think it's so helpful, and what I've always wanted and needed is to be like, look, someone else is going through this shit too. And I've watched friends grow through their own journey, and I've watched people that I've mentored go through their own journeys as well. But I think it's seeing it all, like seeing that process and how it comes out, that I think is so needed. So I'm stepping up to be that person for us all, because I know I'm not alone. And it can be really hard, I think, when you're in the midst of transformations, to keep the faith and keep going. Because to be totally transparent, in some of my earlier years and earlier transformations, I did become very suicidal. I did kind of wonder and question, am I supposed to be here? What the fuck is happening? And, you know, I think a lot of questions come up when we're here. So I think being able to just now take you on this journey with me, and show you the ups and downs and all overs, I think is going to be beautiful. So yeah. Say good morning. My name is Karma. Say good morning, Carms. Say good morning. It's a new day, and we get to start it out however we want. Are you gonna come start the day with me? Or are you just gonna stay in your bed? Okay, great. I would love to do that. You gonna get up? It's time to get up. Let's go. The legit realities of living in a temporary space is, this is currently my closet. So we're gonna pick out some clothes to wear for the day and get some sunlight in ASAP.
Alright, while we go out and get some morning sunlight, I'm going to catch you up to speed. We are in a temporary spot right now. We had 2 weeks to move from our old space due to mold, and there's been all sorts of ups, downs, mix-ups, and all of this, so we are in a temporary spot. Okay, I'm not a big person on taking a bunch of supplements. I've been working on my gut for the last 2 years after eating disorders, elimination food diets, not eating this, and this, being vegan, all these crazy things. And I started with like a gradual process. I started taking DE111 and Bacillus coagulus and a probiotic first. And then I moved on to taking this to replenish my gut microbiome and the microbiota. Elimination diets like keto, veganism, like all these things, even like the bodybuilding diets, like they all destroy the microbiota in your gut, which is like all the different diverse microbes that help break down your food. And it led to a lot of food allergies, sensitivities, autoimmune issues, bloating, all sorts of stuff for me. And so I've really focused on gut health. These are honestly expensive, but they are worth it. So currently taking these, I will not be on this for forever. I will ease off of it, but right now while I'm restoring my gut, these have been definitely worth it. Highly recommend. And I take this right now just to help detoxify from mold. That has a bunch of other, let's see if the camera will focus. There's a bunch of other stuff in it besides glutathione, but that's pretty self-explanatory. And then these are something that I'm also taking to help with the detox from mold. These are dry drops instead of like the, let's see if I can get it out. Instead of like the resin, I have tested them. They are legit. Some people have questions about supplements being legit. It's just this little dry drop. I do recommend leaving them in a cold place because they do melt and get that tar-like substance, but I do take this also just regularly as well in my daily routine. And so this is the lineup this morning with the water. Everything I got on Amazon, and yeah, this I probably will be on for a little bit just while I'm detoxing. This I'm taking just for right now to replenish my microbiome. This is the only thing that I feel like I will stay on continuously. I do take 2 weeks off of this about every 3 months just to completely reset my body and make sure it still remains effective. Shilajit is it contains a lot of fulvic and humic acid that we don't regularly have in our soil anymore, that used to be in the soil of our foods. So there's also a lot of detoxifying properties with this. Energy, if you have chronic fatigue, it helps with just natural detoxification, and it's also really great for energy. Not only just like physical energy, vitality, but like your energy. So energetically, this helps to clear any sort of blockages within your chakras and things like that, if you're into that. So that's the only thing that I really take right now. These are really the only supplements I take. I feel like today everyone takes a million different things, but this is it. So we're gonna take this and get on with our day. So we ate breakfast and got to work before the gym.
I feel like, despite like knowing that like the process that's unfolding with my life and like how it's transforming and changing, like I think when you go and you demolish and you get rid of all of these parts of your internal self that no longer serve you, it's like it then carries over to your external world. And maybe it's my belief of that creates this kind of effect, and maybe I should change my belief. I don't know. I just know that, you know, when you're left in a space where you're kind of going through transformation and change, yes, there's a butterfly in front of me, and that's something that I take really symbolically. As you're going through transformation and change in your outer world and your inner world, it's the same. And I think that, you know, I believe that,
even if I had everything sorted out right now, even if I wasn't going through this process externally, we love these beautiful clouds over there. Even if I wasn't going through this process externally with so much happening and going on, right, all at once, and feeling like I've done such a good job at handling it all, and like not trying to force myself to handle it a certain way, but just handling it and letting it be and saying fuck it, whatever. Like, you know, at the end of the day, I can't change what's happening. I can't control what's happening, right? I know what I've been creating. I know what I've been manifesting for myself, but like, I can't really change the circumstances in my world right now. I can't control them. They are what they are, and it is what it is. And at the end of the day, I have two choices. I can either allow that to make my life a living hell, or I can just choose to enjoy the fact that I'm alive and I have a life, and I've chosen that second option. But I think even then, you reach these points where your emotions are naturally going to rise up. There's only so much someone can take before something breaks, you know? And I truly believe that even if my car situation wasn't what it was, my home situation what it was, even if my life looked exactly what I wanted it to be right now, that I would still be feeling this way. I would still be feeling this way internally. That it's never an external thing that determines the internal. It's the internal. And so as I'm feeling my way through this period, I decided to be raw, vulnerable, and honest, and even share these moments where even I break down and even I start to cry and I start to feel as if I'm being closed in by life, and pressure builds, and it sucks, you know, it sucks to be here. And I think that my mind wants to wander around and go, what did I do to deserve this? What did I do to end up here? What did I do? You know, thinking that I've done something wrong, and thinking that I have created this for myself, which I have not. And I feel like our minds do that so often. They search for reasons to justify why we're feeling the way that we do rather than just feeling it. There's so many things that I have to be grateful for, and I genuinely am, without force, so grateful that I'm going through this period. And that I'm going through this period, and that I am going through this change, but it doesn't make it easy. And I think it could be a hell of a fucking lot worse externally. And I'm so grateful for the resources and things that I do, like the ability to have a rental car and have it be taken care of and provided for, the ability to be in a temporary space and have a roof over my head rather than being like totally homeless. Like, these things I'm lucky. Like, I am so lucky, and to have people in my life that support me and who are rooting for me and encouraging me, even though it might look like I'm like fucking insane at this point. You know, all of those things matter. And I think when you're in these parts of life that are sticky and messy and chaotic and all over the place and wild and crazy, they really do show you what's important, you know, what's actually truly important, which is the people in our lives, you know, who you are, and how you speak to yourself in these moments really determines the relationship you have with yourself. And I've tried to be so graceful and loving towards myself. However, it's moments like this that my mind, and I observe it, naturally wants to just come up with all of the things that I've done in my life that potentially could have led me to being fucked up and here, you know, because I want to blame myself. You know what I mean? I truly believe deep down inside that my reality is just doing a 180, and I've asked for this. Like, I have asked for a new reality. I've asked for the new living situation. I've asked for the new car. I've asked for these things. I just didn't think this is the way that it would be going. And I think it's easy to just show the happy parts and show the positive things, but the reality of going into change, whether it's positive or perceived as otherwise, you know, you can have the mindset down, your nervous system can be regulated, but at the end of the day, you still have to take the emotional journey of it. And that's what this is. And so we're here in the gym parking lot. I'm gonna go get a workout in. But yeah, I really just wanted to share this process. I think that there is so many people that show the glamorous, good parts of life. And it's so easy to look at those moments and be like, wow, they're so positive. Wow, everything's working out for them. Wow, like, you know, but this is like the reality of it. Like, this is the fucking reality. And I just think that, you know, if you're going through something, if you are going through change, if you're going through a breakup, if you are going through a change in your home life, if you are going through a new start where it also is calling into play simultaneously a ending, if you are going through a change in job, if you are taking a leap of faith anywhere in your life, I just want you to know that, like, you're not alone. You are absolutely not alone, and that's the point. Because I can attest firsthand, and I've been through these periods and phases of life a handful of times. I understand what's happening. I understand what's going on. I don't get why this stuff is all happening in order to give me this new reality and this new life in which I've asked for. I don't understand the why behind it, but I do know I've been through these phases of life multiple times now to be relatively chill about it and to just feel comfortable and calm. But like, at the end of the day, no matter how much I trust, no matter how much faith I have, no matter if I have that knowing there that's like, everything's gonna work out exactly as I freaking want, and I know it, I trust it without a doubt, the emotions are still gonna flow. There's gonna be those rock bottom moments, all of this. And throughout it all, I am really tempted to look around and play the why me card. You know, why me? And feel really fucking alone. Really alone. While going through this process. But I know that I'm not. And so that's where, you know, you could have people on here that are gonna be like, oh, why are you filming yourself crying? Like, this is so stupid. And you know what? Fair enough. Like, fair enough. It probably is. But at the end of the day, like, my intention with filming everything here is to show the nitty-gritty process of what transformation and evolution actually fucking looks like. And what actual authenticity looks like. You know, when you have to own what you really actually fucking want. When you are not settling. When you are not playing small. And when you're putting yourself in uncomfortable positions because of that. And to let people know that you can do that. And it will work out. And to show you that process. So, I also highly recommend sitting down and whatever higher power you want to connect with, going into like visualization, closing your eyes down, taking some deep breaths in, and just asking your higher power, whatever that is, or a guide, to appear to you in form, and then to see what pops up. And what pops up might surprise you. I did this, and mine was like a hawk, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show it, but there's a hawk flying right above my car right now. So, or I guess the rental car, the lovely rental car we're renting, that is actually the same exact car as mine. It's kind of weird. And that's like another way that I'm remaining grounded during this time, you know? So Here's to authenticity, transformation, and just being real and raw and not showing the glamorous, just the glamorous nitty gritty parts of life and pretending that it's all a positive pot of wonder. You know, I know this is all working out for me and for my highest good and to lead me deeper into what I actually want for my life. Because I've vastly outgrown my old reality, and I know that and felt that. So yeah, this is where we are in the parking lot crying and filming this. We are gonna go and get a workout in.